All right, guys, welcome to the Pay Per Call Profits Complete Training course. I am excited you're here. We're going to start this video off with explaining exactly what this is all about, what you can do with it. There's a couple different routes you can go. That's what I'm going to explain to you. There's going to be a lot of blurring in this video because I'm going to be sharing with you actual case studies of I'm going to use one particular example in this one, but this is a real site of mine. I don't want to reveal like where this is located or anything like that because, quite frankly, I don't want the competition. So yeah, I'm going to explain that to you, and feel free to replicate and do something similar, but I just really don't want you to know like the area or anything like that. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to share with you kind of the numbers of where we're at with things and what I'm doing with this and some of your options. So first off, pay-per-call is basically when you set up a tracking phone number on a website that you ranked on the first page of Google. So this particular site that you're looking at is ranked on the first page of Google for the city name and then roofing. So very straightforward. It's a generic site. It literally says the city name roofing. There's no company name. It just is like kind of a nice looking site that says that. Now, this site was set up before we had developed our easy website theme. So we haven't switched it over to that theme yet. We probably should, and we probably will in the future. That's why it's a slightly different design. But now we have the easy website theme, and that's what we're using on all of our existing sites. But I wanted to share with you this one because roofing is it's like a niche that pretty much anyone can understand. You know, people have a house, if their roof leaks or they need a new roof, they go and they call a roofer. And what are they going to do? They're going to go to Google, they're going to type in city name roofer or roofing, and boom, whoever shows up like first or whatever, they're going to click on there and they're going to call. Or some people are going to call, right? So this particular site I found, and I've gone through a couple of clients on this site. I found a client who wasn't able to keep up with the work. So they just weren't answering all the phone calls and they were missing them. So we ended up dropping that one, and then I would go and find someone else. So that happens occasionally. Usually once you find one good person to work with, though, they continue to buy all of the calls or leads that come in from your site from you, which is this one's been now a client for a long time. And the cool part is after implementing everything you're going to go through in this course, I have not touched this particular site in years now, literally years. Like, it was kind of set it and forget it because I go after industries that aren't super competitive, which is what I'm going to teach you how to do throughout this course. So basically, we throw up a tracking number on here from the Dialhawk software. Someone calls, it gets forwarded off to a roofing contractor in this city that we are working with, and yeah, they pay us every time someone calls. This particular company, let's go through the numbers. So we're inside my Dialhawk account for the last week. We're only a week into the month here of October when I'm shooting this video. And we're at $200 so far. And yeah, so this company pays, the way this breaks down, you can see there's 6 answered calls, but 2 of those are duplicate. So the way this breaks down is they're paying us $50 a call, basically, for every call that comes in. And this is a high call value business because if they get a new roof repair, for example, we replaced the roof on our house and it was like almost $20,000. $50 is no big deal. We went with $50, which is probably on the low end of what you could charge for this kind of stuff, because this allows us to not have to go through and like have to worry about if all of the leads are like installations or if some of them are repairs, right? Because then clients might get picky and say, well, yeah, but some of these calls are repairs and weren't all installations, so I don't want to pay you $300 a lead. So we just kind of went on kind of in the middle, like $50 a lead. If it's a repair, they're still making money. If it's an install, they're making a lot of money. That's kind of how we looked at it. And that allows us to have Dialhawk sends off the invoice to them every month. And we basically just don't have to worry about it. They pay it. There's no questioning or anything like that. So within this past week here, we're only a week into the month of October, we've gotten 12 total calls. 2 of them were duplicate. They answered 6 of them. They missed 6 of them. Now, I'm not so happy that they missed 6 of them. It would be nice if they answered more of them. But this particular client, they don't have a secretary. They're kind of like a contractor that just works by himself. And he if he's out in the job and he's working on a roof, he's not going to answer the phone. And it just kind of is what it is. Maybe I could field for a better client, but I've had a good relationship with this one now for a long time. So I'm fine with that. We're at $200 so far for the week. I mean, it's not a lot of calls. This is a site, like I said, I don't touch. I mean, if you figure out for the rest of the month, we times that by 4, we're, probably do about $800 this month off of this one pay-per-call site. That, again, I have not touched for years. And it's there, it's ranking, it's not competitive. It doesn't generate a ton of leads, but enough, right? I guess if you don't consider the duplicates, there's about 10 leads, but he only answered half of them. So yeah, that's kind of the numbers. That's how it breaks down. Now let me go back to the site here. So your options with this are, there's basically 2 routes you could go. So you start building a site, you rank it in Google for generic branding. You don't put any company name on it. I still don't have any company name on it. I leave it very generic. You could call it like affordable roofing, premier roofing, city name roofing. I'm just thinking of random things. First choice roofing. It's just like super generic. You don't have to come up with any company name. You just keep it generic. And your 2 options are this. Number 1, you forward off the leads and they pay you per call like I'm doing on this one. Or number 2, which we do sometimes, is called rank and rent. And it still utilizes the tracking phone number. You're still going to track all the calls that come in. But instead of them paying you per call, they just pay a flat rate every single month to rent the site from you, to basically have you forward over your phone number to them. So you might decide to charge $1,000 a month for that or something of that nature. And we do that all the time as well. So yeah, that is the business model here. And that is what I want you to think about now moving forward. And we'll talk about some client getting stuff as well. It's very easy to get clients doing this. It takes some trial and error to find the right client, but you will get interest right away. And like I said, sometimes you'll find people that don't answer the phone and you'll drop them and then you'll find someone new. But I'll show you how to do that and kind of how to work your way through it. But yeah, so that is the foundations of this course coming up.